Moving over here. We started this yesterday. We found an old machine of ours.
Yes.
We're not even that old, but this machine's about 5 years old. When we got fired from NEW for that Sex with Sam thing, they took all our stuff. And we've been slowly but surely finding this stuff.
Now that we reacquire as much as we can.
Now that they rehired us years later, which is the most bizarre thing ever that we really haven't fully discussed yet. And I guess Al Dukes or somebody found our old replay machine in a closet.
Yeah, one of the machines.
They were just going through some old boxes or whatever, and this thing was forgotten. It was just thrown in a closet, so we couldn't find it, and it was unearthed, kind of like a time capsule.
Time capsule.
It was unearthed, and it was given to us, and it's old. We had to dust it off and everything. This thing is really old. You would never use this today on radio. It's called it's a 360 shortcut.
Yeah.
And we started going through it yesterday. And what we found today is some clips from our staple gun challenge.
These are full of like clips. They're not entire shows. They're not entire breaks of things. They're just clips that we were acquiring over the years. Well, we were there at NEW and putting them on the machine.
Well, like we got our new machine where you hear stuff like
yeah,
the smokers laugh.
Just let me.
So obviously this is the old version of that.
Yeah.
And we have some staple gun clips in here. And the staple gun challenge is one of the shows we've lost, right, E-Rock? We don't have a copy of that. And people are amazed at that because just about every one of our radio shows is online somewhere. But we personally do not have a copy of the staple gun challenge show, right? Oh, we do? Have you ever played it? Oh,
all right.
Humiliate up in front of everyone.
Good job.
Really? We did play it on a Worst Stuff? Yeah.
Could have just agreed and said no.
And then mouthed the words yes.
Way to make me look really bad.
Way to make me look like a horse's ass.
Ouch.
But anyway, so the Staple Gun Challenge was a fine show where Ant and I decided there was a staple gun around the studio. We decided to have the Staple Gun Challenge. We took like the newspaper that day, the New York Post, what have you.
Yeah, we just kind of came up with this. I don't know how. I think it was just a bet. It's kind of like, hey, I bet you won't do this. And it was taking a newspaper, put it over your knee, put it over your thigh, actually, the upper part of your thigh, and pop a staple into it.
Right.
Now, the paper's pretty thick, so not much of the staple's going to go through. But then we figured, all right, we'll go back and forth, each time removing a sheet from the newspaper.
Right.
Thus making it thinner.
Less protection.
Each time it gets actually two sheets because it's doubled in a newspaper. 2 sheets thinner each time.
Yeah.
And after a little while, the staple really starts coming through. And I guess it was the first person that tapped out.
Yeah.
The other person won.
Right.
That's how the game went.
Well, here's when it started getting interesting.
Oof. Yeah,
obviously there was not much newspaper left. I took one right to the thigh.
At that point.
But then Anthony's like, screw that, I'm still in.
That would hurt.
Or am I just in this?
That was another you.
All right, another me.
Son of a...
That was Anthony.
Yeah. It was the worst part was that anticipation.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there with the staple gun on your leg and you're pushing down slow, just waiting for that point where it pops.
Yeah.
And the staple goes into your leg.
You still have marks on your thighs from that?
No, but I had a bunch of red dots all over my pants where I was bleeding from the thighs.
All right, and then we moved on with the competition. We were just a bunch of idiots, man. Then this one.
That did hurt. It's stuck. Yeah, now they're starting to stick.
And then we put all the staple gun shots together.
That would hurt.
Oh.
Son of a... Table to his leg.
See, Pat Duffy, we used to do things, see? See, that's why we have no problem making you do things, because we did it in the past.
That's right.
And then the contest was over, and then for good measures, I decided to take one right to the leg without any newspaper.
Nothing.
Opie is the winner. Very good. I didn't think you were going to go for that last one. I will take a victory staple for the team. Stop it.
Oh, no. Oh.
No way. No way you're putting a staple in your leg. No way. No newspaper, nothing. No way.
Do it.
What are you, nuts?
Do it.
This is for the victory. No way. It's empty. No way. Why?
Come on, push it down. Push it down.
Stop it.
There's no pressure.
No
Rick.
way.
There you go.
Yeah, you do it, Rick.
Now you're talking.
You do it, Rick.
This is for just giggles.
It takes a lot, Rick.
Yeah, you got to just like... All right.
Oh, he's squeezing the handle. He's squeezing. It's almost there at that pop point.
Okay. Oh, almost had it there.
Jeez, yeah. You take that breath and just... Bam.
Drill it in. Pull it out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ouch. Oh, you are so red. Okay. You are so red.
I almost passed out.
You put staples in your legs till you pass out.
And then there you go. Just some of the sounds from this old machine we found.
Yeah.
We're gonna play more as the week goes on. Hey, is it true that Pat Duffy stapled his homework to his face and tried to hand it in once? Mm-hmm. What is wrong with you?
Pat Duffy is an adventurous
We're doing
guy.
this for a radio show, man.
Well, I had actually heard that. That was right after that happened.
Oh,
Oh,
so we influenced you. That's nice.
We influenced the young
Great.
Pat Duffy
Yeah.
before
That's
he
good.
was able to grow that massive beard of his.
I was
So young
careless.
people are listening to the show and doing things that we do.
Great, thanks, Pat.
That's
Because
good.
it's the argument the professionals have
We're
all the
constantly
time.
saying people
Great.
aren't stupid enough to
Right,
do
thanks,
these
Pat.
things.
You just ruined our whole argument. So what happened?
Dummy.
I was in biology class my junior year, and we had always messed with the same teacher. And I handed him I was handing him my homework, and I had a stapler on my desk, so I just stapled it to my face and made her pull it off my face. Everybody had a big laugh, but then they called my dad, and he freaked out. It was awful. He that's really dumb. He picked me up from work, and he halfway home he got out of the car and pulled me out of the car and put a staple gun to my forehead and said, "Do you think you're funny now? Because I'll do it right here." And he wouldn't do it. I told him to do it.
This is this.
Yeah.
This is this.
Who's gonna do it right
One
there?
staple.
There's a
like
staple
that.
got. What do you got for us today? It's a big ass staple gun. What do you got? Forehead. What are you doing?
You ass.
I'm nervous.
What are you doing?
Tell me.
Huh?
You tell me.
It's up to you. I'm not telling you, just in case, like, you get some brain hemorrhage or something.
Nah, the gut.
Gut?
The gut.
Say
That's
the
it.
gut.
Bear? Some shirt?
He wants a cheek though,
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
Nice.
Did you staple your helmet to Eric's cheek?
Oh, he just stapled his cheek.
Nice.
Ah,
And there's the forehead shot your dad was supposed to do back in the
dude.
I'm not looking.
Oh my God!
Pull those out. Did that go into your brain?
No, it can't go into
Did it go in your
brain.
skull?
You can't get it
Oh,
out.
dude.
Oh my! You can't get it
Did you hear it go click? Is that still in?
Yeah.
Dude, it's in your skull.
Trying to pull it.
I can't get it out.
Oh my! What? Listen to him.
All right, get a staple remover.
Listen to him try to pull it out. Listen.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
You got it out?
No.
I'm not looking.
Get it out.
Dude,
You have a staple in your head.
He's panicking.
No, man.
that is a staple.
Is it out of his skull?
Oh, these are long staples.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
What are you?
Oh, you idiot.
Is it out of your skull?
No.
No, it's deep in there.
His cheek is.
Look at the blood. Look at the blood pouring.
Those are huge.
Pouring
Pliers.
from his
All right,
freaking
Steve's
cheek.
pulling it out with pliers.
Wait, I want to hear this on the air.
You okay? You pull straight out.
Oh my God! I just heard skin rip.
Dude, this is bad.
Am I horribly disfigured for life?
I heard like a crunching
I would
noise.
seriously not do this again if I were you, Pat.
Are you gonna pull it out?
It's good you have a medical
Steve, you can't
professional.
pull it out.
Dude, I really don't want. I don't want to tear the flesh too much.
Just yank it.
Yes.
Fast Freddy's saying that sound was effing awful. Listen, dude, he can't get it out of your skull.
Oh, it's bent.
Oh, wonderful.
You better make sure no piece like
All right, hold on.
breaks off in there.
We got it.
Oh my! Look at his face.
Oh my God! It's bumping up.
Yeah.
It made a big bump.
Oh my dude, you gotta. That's
Dude, it's pouring blood now. from
And it
his
made a
forehead.
big bump.
I know.
You look like you were in a fight.
All right, they're escorting him out of the studio. Where are you going, Steve?
You gotta get him to a doctor.
How about to the hospital? How about you go to the hospital?
It's just swelled up.
His face is just
You-
pouring blood.
You friggin' idiot.
Why would you do that?
He goes, "Oh, they're long staples. It's stuck in his skull."
That staple could have been like 3 inches long and he wouldn't have known, and it would have just gone right in. Thank God the front of the skull is pretty thick.
What is Steve saying in there? Steve,
I don't know.
hurry, because we got to leave this side of the show.
Doctor will get it out.
Did you get it?
What's the deal, Steve?
All right, you know when you actually use a staple for what it's designed to use and it bends outward?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it did when it hit his skull. And the edges of the staple have spread.
Oh,
so I can't get
my
the
God.
Oh, so it didn't go into his skull, but it like barbed out.
Under the skin.
It barbed out under the skin, so if I yank, I'm going to tear a whole bunch of flesh. That's what I don't want to do.
All right, here's what you got to do. You need a pair of Dykes wire cutters.
That's exactly
Cut it in the middle,
Yep.
and then you could like pull it out
it
like a
out.
stitching needle.
That's what they're getting for me right now.
How about
Okay.
this? You just take him to a doctor and let a doctor take it out so you don't rip his stupid head off. How about that?
I'd
How about you
rather
don't
rip
get the
his head off.
dye?
He's all right. He's laughing, and he's got a McLovin shirt on, which makes this even
I'm
cooler.
sure he's fantastic.
McLovin!
Let me see the bump on your head.
Pat, come in here real fast. We got to leave this side of the show, but this...
You need cutters. You need like side cutters, a set of side cutters.
We got a nice cliffhanger on the Opie and Anthony show today.
I hope Duff's proud right now.
Get him to a doctor.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, we need to.
It's not.
stupid if you do that.
It wasn't in his skull.
No, it's.
It's not his
not
skull.
in his
It's,
skull.
it's spread under the skin.
I don't have health insurance. I can't go to a doctor.
Yes, you can.
I can't go to a doctor.
You're fine. The show
Yeah.
pay for it. Just
Yeah.
get it to a doctor. Get it taken out.
Go watch Sicko.
We'll pay for it.
He doesn't have the health
Side
insurance.
cutters.
Yeah.
Side cutters and needle nose pliers. That'll be out in a second.
Permanent staple in the head. Winner of the radio war. Right there, Pat Duffy.
Yeah.
Pat Duffy.
Say no more. Say no more.
Holy.
Are we allowing Steve with 2 loop earrings to do surgery? Get a doctor to get it out. What's the matter with us?
Everyone's panicking because we have to wrap up. If the stations like cut us off, they
dumb.
cut us off. But we got surgery going on with Steve.
Yes.
All right, we'll figure it out, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take him to the guy down the street.
We'll give you an update on Pat Duffy's situation. We have a Pat Duffy update. All hell is broken loose here, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of panicky Pete's. A lot of panicky Pete's all over the place. And I'm not talking about Tom. Tom came in here and gave us a talking to.
Or talking to perhaps a bit more.
It wasn't
He was
even
not
yelling,
happy.
But it was the type of thing like when you see your kid doing something, you scold him like, "What are you, a retard?"
Yeah, that's pretty much the scolding we got
Yeah.
today.
We were basically called brain dead.
We got
What, you know, that-
scolded.
What were you thinking? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be the hall monitor. Blah, blah, blah. I don't blame Tom, obviously, but it's Pat fucking Duffy we're
Yeah.
talking about here.
Dude.
Because now Washington's pissed off because an intern took a staple gun right to the skull. So Don is all pissed off because an intern took a staple gun to the head. It's Pat fucking Duffy.
He got vomited in his face. He had another man vomit in his mouth. He brushed his teeth with dog shit. And then he just drove a staple into his forehead.
Pat Duffy.
fucking
Pat
Duffy.
fucking Duffy.
He's a Renaissance man.
He is a runner. He's out of control.
Renaissance man.
He's foaming at the mouth every day behind me here. He just wants to do something stupid. He needs to do stupid things. It's in his blood. and Don's all pissed off down in Washington. It's like, hello, this kid brushed his teeth with dog shit. That is so much worse than taking a staple to the forehead.
Yeah. So
So
it was a nail gun. I could see that could be a problem.
nail gun, sure.
Nail gun to the head.
That's where we draw the line. We understand.
Right.
That's where we draw the line.
I was saying if that was like we're supposed to be responsible and watch everything or something. If that was a gun, he'd be laying there dead.
Right.
That's how quick he did that.
Right.
It was like he took one to the gut. I've seen Steve-O do that plenty of times.
Steve-O did his ball bag to his
Yeah.
thigh on our show.
And then he took one to the cheek.
Yeah.
Now, cheeks are pierced all the time. It's meat. Something like that. And then while I was still going, oh my God, and cringing and trying to look at his cheek, he put it to his forehead over his one eye and hit the thing.
Yeah.
And it went right into his head.
I felt like I was looking at a guy commit suicide because it was, just replaced gun. That's
Yeah.
what it looked like.
It was our
right
Bud
up
Dwyer.
right up to his head, blam.
He just took himself out. But
So Tom came in. He's really mad. Washington's really mad. Pat Duffy's like, what's the fucking deal? Pat's pissed off because now he has to go to a hospital.
Pat's
He's like,
pissed. He feels bad.
He's like, I don't want to ruin everyone's day. I don't want to go to a hospital.
Yeah.
And he told us off air all the crazy stuff he's done on stage with his band.
Yeah.
This is nothing to Pat fucking Duffy.
You know what happened? Apparently, the staple went in.
Who knew, by the way?
It was pretty long staples, and it apparently hit his skull.
Yeah.
But then it didn't go through.
No.
It bent.
But it hit Governor Connolly's wrist.
Yes.
And then it hovered in midair.
Who knew?
Magic staple.
Who knew the staple would, spread out?
So it's spread out,
Like, if you staple anything, you know the deal.
and then he wasn't able to pull it out. That's why it was so hard to pull out, so he had to go in the bathroom and snip the middle.
We're talking spread out, to make it longer,
Yeah.
by the way. When you're, stapling on a hard surface,
Yep.
If you look at the back of what you just stapled,
Staple bends.
you'll see the staples bending outward.
Out.
And that's what
it did.
happened with Pat Duffy. Pat fucking Duffy.
Using his skull as the back of the stapler.
Yeah.
On a regular paper stapler. So that's why they couldn't pull it out, so he had to cut it in the middle.
The
with
noise
wire
it made
cutters.
when Steve tried to remove it with his pliers, it sounded like the noise of ripping skin. And Jimmy was hilarious, and that's why Jimmy was in a panic, and he's like, what was your line about Steve? That was hilarious, Jimmy.
I said you don't have a guy. Something about a guy with hoop earrings doing surgery. He's not qualified to do that. The guy can't make a website that people understand. How's he going to pull it in on a man's skull?
My God.
And then there's a whole argument who's going to take him to the hospital because we want to make sure he's okay. He's going to need a little tetanus shot there or
Maybe a tetanus shot.
shot.
Maybe a head X-ray.
Little
Sure, he's
cleanup.
fine, but you want to make sure. You want to make 100% sure medically. That's all. He's
All right, we
okay,
got
but-
Pat's dad on the line. Pat's dad, what's up?
That moron. He's what a moron. He's got insurance.
Oh, he does have insurance?
Yeah, he's under my coverage because he's still considered a stupid student.
Oh, see?
He said he
See.
didn't have insurance.
If you guys are wondering why Pat Duffy took a staple gun to the head, here's the reason.
Now,
He's trying to make his dad proud.
Mr. Duffy, or Duff,
what's up,
as they're called.
Yeah.
Have you seen him come home with injuries because of stupid things he's done?
Oh yeah, in the past.
Yeah, like he used to go on stage and do weird things.
Yeah, that's when he was with that idiot band with the green mohawk.
Yeah, the green mohawk, and he was in a band, and he would to hit himself with clubs and have thumbtacks.
Yeah, and then when they did backyard wrestling, he got whacked with a 36-inch Louisville Slugger that was wrapped in barbed wire. Like a same thing in a WWE or whatever.
Oh, he was one of those old backyard wrestlers?
Backyard wrestling
Yeah,
Love
guys.
those guys.
He did that too.
Pat's a maniac.
He really is. And this
I'm
time
so
he put a
proud.
staple in his head.
Makes his mom real proud.
Yeah, I bet.
Cringing.
Where's that stapler?
I think they threw it away.
Stapler.
Why? It's not a
Stapler.
criminal.
Well,
I just want to see how long one of those.
hey, we got some
staples
expert.
are.
We got some expert advice from.
Oh,
Get rid of the weapon, you know.
Oh, yeah, he told us to run along rooftops and take one part of the stapler and drop it down one little...
Down the vent pipes.
We so happen to have an expert in house today, and
Yeah.
we got some fine advice on how to
right.
get rid of the weapon.
Take the dog shit toothbrush, leave the stapler.
Gave it to one of the girls. Gave it to our girl intern.
Yeah.
She goes, "It turns me on." I got to be honest.
That was right after Pat beat somebody with the stapler, and then she just dropped it in the little milk thing in front of the house and did some awful acting.
Wow. Here's the staples that went in his head.
Let's see.
That's pretty,
Holy mother of
that's
pearl! Look at
pretty.
this.
That's pretty impressive right there.
Dude, that could really...
The staple had to go right through his cheek. What?
Was it
Huh?
3/8?
I don't.
This is about.
Start out. Well, Anthony, you know, quarter, 5/16, 3/8.
Yeah, no, we're looking at about half-inch staples here.
Oh, nice.
These are about
Good kid.
half-inch, about right into the forehead. Let me think about. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know,
What
your son's a dope.
And the whole thing went in.
Yeah, it went right
Did
up.
you guys got
right
the
in.
staple that was removed? I want to see how it ended up in the.
Oh, he cut it in the bathroom.
They cut it,
Yeah.
but did it spread? Did you see the staple?
Yeah, how far did
Who
it
saw the
spread?
staple? I want to make sure this didn't go all the way in. You know what I mean? How much of it went in before it started splitting out to the sides?
You got more bone and skin than that, though, on the front of your.
No, you don't. A bone.
Yeah, bone.
But this goes right to the bone.
No.
Yeah, but you got a
as soon as it
little
hit
bit.
the bone.
You got a little bit of skin fat up there in your forehead, so you got maybe about a 1/16 of an inch taken up with that, and then the rest of it.
Okay.
That's a thick part of your skull up
You're
there.
right, but this is
All
a
right.
thick piece of what?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
This is a long piece of metal. It's very thin. It's not going to kill you. But for this to not hit bone, you have to have a fat head. You have to be a
Oh, it
fat
hit
head.
bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely hit his skull.
Well, we got
He's
Pat's
got a
dad on the
fat head,
phone.
all right.
Yeah, he's got a thick skull, right? Hey,
Fat head.
hey, Pat's dad, stay close because we're going to go back to this after we get the update on your son. All right.
I got to put the phone down. I got to unload a hose here.
All right.
All right.
All right?
All right. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry that your son decided to do that.
Is a sociopath.
All right. We got the staple from Pat Duffy's little accident.
Yeah,
What do you got there, Thin?
No, just one way of putting it.
little accident.
And
Accident when you.
quite
on
impressive. It looks
purpose.
like a lot of the staple went into his skin and possibly part of his skull before it decided to do the split.
Yeah.
And can we get Steve on the line? I want to see how it's going at the emergency room.
Well, I'm here in the emergency room, and we've. I guarantee he's annoyed. I guarantee.
Yeah, of course he's what?
We're trying to get him.
Of course he's going to be annoyed.
Text him first to see if he's still standing there.
Yeah, well, they're trying to show the staple on Pal Talk. I don't know if it's going to do it justice, but
It made a complete
No, you should
90-degree bend.
get a whole one next to the one that we took from his head, so you got a little reference point there of
It's
what
like CSI.
kind of damage this thing did.
Ballistics testing.
And Pat Duffy had a nice welt on his head, man. That thing ballooned up fast, and the blood pouring out of his cheek was terrific.
yeah, he put one through his cheek.
Are
What
we,
a dope.
are we trying to get Steve? This is called filler.
Yes,
I hate Prince Harry's red cheeks.
they're
Can he
rosy.
fucking have that rosacea fixed?
It's not rosacea. It's being young, pale, and English.
They're just dumb red cheeks.
It's just because he's horny.
Oh, there's the
The
staple.
blood is flowing.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it bent in a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
That's half the staple, by the way. It's clipped in the middle.
Where's the full staple? You got one next to it? Yeah, do that. Just so people know what went in his head.
Oh, exactly. You got to set it up.
There you go. That's what went in his head, and that's how it kind of was removed from his head.
Jesus.
That is twisted. What do we got, Travis?
Oh.
Not much of an update, but Steve's at the emergency room with Pat Duffy because of that staple incident. That's
They thought he was mauled by a bear when he came in and brought him with him.
Yes, I'm his doctor. I'm his primary physician. I did the initial surgery of removing the staple. I recommend a lot of honey and a cock the size of the Chrysler Building. I don't know why I sound like Woody Allen now. What did he say, Travis?
He just said he's trying to call, but there's not good signal at the hospital.
Yes.
Well, how about
They keep getting moved around.
I turned my cell phone on, and 4 heart patients dropped on the floor.
Well, wait, has he been seen yet?
They're just moving him around, because
It's not
a
an
minor
important
case.
Are
thing.
you saying that that's not going to take priority in the ER?
E-Rock's got a communique here. He's saying the staff at CBS sat his girlfriend down. We've met her. She works for CBS, and we're approaching it like he was dying or dead. She freaked out, but he called her and said he was okay.
What's wrong with that?
What was that about?
They as soon as she came into work,
Yeah.
they sat her down and like, look, there's something we got to tell you, and really laid it on like he was.
God.
Who did that?
Yeah, go get her.
Everyone knows you go, look, Pat's okay, but I got to tell you something. That's
Yeah.
how you do it no matter what. If it's a family member, your girlfriend, whatever.
Totally
your
okay.
good friend. That's the first thing out of your mouth if you have to say something. It's like,
Yeah.
look, so-and-so's okay, but
Oh, I think you better sit down.
it's the worst way to approach
I
that.
think you better sit down. That's like, hey, guess what? I got some really fucking bad news, but I don't want to tell you right away. Or I have news that isn't so
That
bad,
means-
but I'm fucking with you.
That means you're either fired or someone close to you is dead.
Right.
Give me another thing you could possibly
Sit
think.
down. What the fuck? I'll fall on the fucking floor. The bump on my head ain't gonna hurt that much if I find out somebody's dead.
And here's
Jackasses.
Here's a great thing to do if you tell somebody about a car accident and go, look, there's been a car accident. Don't get crazy. Just don't panic. It's cool. Your parents were in a car accident.
Oh, are they okay?
What? I was kidding.
Oh.
I didn't mean to-
Or look, don't worry. There was an accident. Your parents were involved, but I don't want you to worry because they're dead.
Hey! This is too real.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I realized what I
An
was saying.
anniversary's coming up, people.
I made a heart joke, and my dad dropped dead of a heart attack.
True. I make pedophile jokes. No.
We're heading toward the 3rd anniversary in a few days.
Oh.
That's all right. I just want to shock you with that.
Oh, hi.
Pat Duffy's girlfriend in studio.
Sit. We want you to sit
Now,
down. We just got news from the emergency
Put your
room.
feet in a less comfortable looking
Yeah, what the
position.
fuck is
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Well,
Jeez.
All right.
What happened? Seriously.
I don't know. I came in this morning and everyone sat me down. They're like, "Did you hear what happened?" And I'm like, no." They're like, "He's almost dead."
They didn't say that. They really did?
Yeah,
Who's
said
they?
He was everyone in sales. They were like, he's pretty much he was bleeding. He was pretty much unconscious, and I'm like,
Unconscious. He's always
Where did that come
unconscious.
from?
so
That's just his
yeah.
natural state.
Were they fucking with you?
I don't think so. They were serious when they told me.
Well, who said he was unconscious? Can we find who?
Yeah, who said unconscious?
First, you know what you can tell
I
them.
work with him.
Rat him out.
But no, we'll ask him.
Rat him out.
That's not insulting.
Who is
Maybe there's something we don't know.
Who said it?
No, they made a big deal out of absolutely nothing. I spoke to him. He's fine.
Did you freak out, though?
I freaked out when they told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
There's the staple. There's the life-threatening staple.
Should I have it?
Yeah, take it for a
Maybe you
souvenir.
can make a pendant or...
Oh,
Yeah.
it's bent.
Yeah, it bent on his skull.
Yeah.
Was he
It was.
okay?
That's half a staple, by the way.
he was fine.
It had to be snipped in the middle because when it bent at a 90-degree angle, it stuck in his head.
Here's one.
His quote was...
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what went in his head. His quote was, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to ruin anyone's day. He was,
Lisa.
yeah, he was really mad that they forced him to go to the hospital.
We did.
I think,
We just wanted to make sure he was okay. He's a sweet boy.
but he was.
He's fine. I bet it's fine.
He was a little lightheaded, a little, he was bumping into a few
He was.
things.
Jesus Christ.
He's okay. He could care less. We just want to get him a tetanus shot and make sure that.
Yeah, we want to just make sure that he's all right.
cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I came in late with everything, with the storm yesterday. I didn't know what happened. I rushed in. They were like, "You need to sit down for a minute." And I'm like, "Okay." So I sat down. They're like, "Did you hear what happened with Pat?" And I'm like, "No."
He brushed his teeth with dog shit. No, not that
Again?
one.
No, but
By-
that happened.
By the way, you're a huge hit at the virus shows.
Oh yeah, when you kiss him.
When you kiss him after the brushing
after
of
his
the
dog
teeth,
shit
Sometimes
brush.
you got to do what you got to do.
you
Yeah.
get a massive reaction.
Good.
It's really
It's all
good.
for Pat.
Did you say the storm yesterday?
Yesterday into this morning, yeah.
Oh. See, that's how early we wake up. See, that storm for us was
today.
For most people, it was
Oh, my
yesterday.
God.
See, because that was last night.
That was last night for
You
most
know?
people. It was today for
That's
us.
why I caught it when she
That's
said
so
yesterday.
weird,
It's like,
right.
oh, goddamn, no.
No.
That was today. It was well into today for me.
We should make that.
Now that I live in a really tall building, I look around at all the other buildings and try to figure out how many other people are stupid enough to be up when I'm up.
Yeah.
Wow. Not many, man. You see like 1 or 2 lights tops in all the buildings around.
Oh,
Hope
boy.
lives in, like,
What happened?
I don't know. Let's just hold on to our hats because NASA is getting ready to send a teacher into space.
Not just any teacher. She was the backup to the teacher.
Really?
Yes.
Krista McAuliffe.
She was the backup back in the day. And what happened was, after that whole thing happened, it's a really interesting little human interest story. She became an astronaut because they weren't sending any more civilians into space.
Right.
She just spent like the last 20 years becoming an
astronaut.
For this moment. This is a biggie.
Well, she's not going now, is she?
Is that it right there?
I don't think so.
No.
It would have said live.
Wait,
That might
she
be
wanted
the
to go into
bad one.
space as a civilian and became an astronaut just to do this? It took her 20 years, this slow bitch?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
20 years?
I don't know. Well, someone get the story. Maybe, whatever. She decided.
Sucks.
On the Endeavour, which replaced the Challenger. Its first flight in nearly 5 years for the Endeavour.
Oh, boy.
I hope that was in for an upgrade.
Well, what are the odds?
Why'd she become a fucking astronaut?
Why not? It sounds
Still
like
want
a
to take
fun
one
job.
space trip?
Why is OJ on TV?
He had to give money back.
Did he?
Yes.
For what?
How much?
I don't know.
$150.
Are we done with Pat Duffy's girlfriend?
Oh,
Yes,
Pat
we're
Duffy's
sorry.
girlfriend.
She's sitting there awkwardly now, wondering
Yeah, with her
if we're
shoes
done.
aside.
She's a very weird way of sitting. She'll sit down straight, but her feet both go to the left.
Travis has another communique coming in from the hospital.
Update.
Yeah, this is from Steve. Angry Russian woman in waiting room won't shut up. Keeps complaining about her leg pain and asking me about my tattoos and how much they hurt. I want to beat her to death with a fucking crutch. Then I'm going to kill Duffy.
That's why we wanted to send Steve.
Yes. We know how much Steve hates these people.
Yeah. How's Pat Duffy?
She's got to be fine.
I spoke to him. He said he was okay.
He's so.
Yeah,
They're
he
going
has
to spend
a
the
bump
whole
on
day
his
in the
head.
garden.
Well, I
He
apologize.
did this for you guys. He
But I
really-
apologize that the people sat you down and made it more than it is. That's ridiculous.
That's all right.
All right.
You have a meeting?
Yeah, someone else.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All righty.
You got
Take
a very
it easy.
You got a very sexy voice, by the way.
And you smell good, too.
Do they use you for anything around here? No. Yeah, they should.
We should.
Some production or
What do you mean
something.
they should? We should.
We should. Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Get
so
her my
long.
number. Phone sex.
Pat Duffy's girlfriend.
He put a stapler in his head. I'll just thank him.
Good point. Good
He's a
point.
good boy.
All right, getting another update. Travis got another communique from Steve. Stuck in the emergency room with Pat Duffy.
Could you say it as Steve?
Mine's not as good as yours. You want to read it?
No. Go
Okay. You're setting me up to fail, aren't you?
No.
Duffy has a golf.
Oh, God. Wow, Travis.
Duffy has a golf ball-sized welt on his head. The triage nurse asked him if he stapled his head on purpose. He said yes. She didn't flinch and called him sweetie. Then some rambling bum in the waiting room said, "We're going to be here for a while." I believe him. I'm taking pics with my other phone, trying to send, but no luck. Fucking hospital. For some reason, he can send text messages, no problem, but he can't call.
Yeah.
So
He can
that's
call. He just doesn't want to deal with us today. People are asking if we're going to go through the NEW machine today yet.
Yes.
We could do a little bit just before line of the day. Well, we played our staple gun challenge, or clips from that earlier, and that led to Pat Duffy taking a staple gun right to the head.
To his head.
Not realizing how long the staples were, causing a major problem. Can we get the noise of the flesh kind of ripping as we try to pull the staple out of his head? That's just terrific stuff right there. I hope we could get this video up somewhere.
That
This should be all right to put that video up, right?
I would think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, okay.
There's no nudity.
We have the Pat Duffy update before we leave the air. That's cool.
Oh, good.
What do we got? Just this? He got a tetanus shot and some Motrin. That's all we
Great.
got today. So he's fine.
We did the right thing. We made sure he's all right.
All right, get that video up online, Sam.
Now make Pat pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Kelly's here. A lot of people asking about Pat Duffy.
Well, we're sad to report, but
Pat Duffy. Yeah.
Pat.
It's Opie and Anthony. By the way, Pat Duffy's fine. He's sitting over there.
Pat Duffy.
What?
What?
He got a staple in his head.
It's Pat Effin Duffy. Simple as that. That's
Pat
his name.
Duffy is an animal.
His middle name is Effin.
Pat's an animal.
Effin Duffy.
And he went a little loony yesterday.
Well, we went down memory lane. We did this staple gun challenge back in the day, Bob.
Yeah.
Basically, we had a newspaper with a
space shuttle.
With a the guy's got me.
We had a newspaper with special endeavor.
With really long staples. And so we put the paper up against our leg and then shot the staple into the paper and then into our leg. But it didn't hit the leg at first. And then the challenge was I passed the paper on to Anthony. He took a page out of the paper.
Take a page away.
And we kept going until someone said, no way, I can't do this anymore. And then the whole staple gun challenge ended with me just taking a shot into my leg, which at the time was pretty damn impressive.
With a big staple.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It was one of those big staple guns.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So Pat Duffy laughed at that yesterday. We had a staple gun around. He popped it in your belly.
Mm-hmm.
He started with his belly, popped one long staples.
How long are we talking?
This gun's right there.
Right, that.
Oh my God!
All right, listen.
Staple it into the newspaper and look how long the staple is.
Tom's running down the hall as we speak.
Don't worry about it.
He was in a panic yesterday.
Don't do it like that. Do it into the
newspaper.
Paper. Yeah, and now pull it out.
All right, see how
it
you
went
can't
into
even...
the console.
And it went through the entire newspaper and into the console,
Pull the whole
right?
newspaper up, silly.
See? Listen. All right. Now picture that in his belly, in his cheek, that instantly started pouring blood, and then, for good measures, he put it to his forehead like a gun and shot it into his skull.
Now, here's what happened. The edges of the staple, because it hit his skull, bent
outwards
to a 90-degree angle,
like the staple did a split because it hit bone.
So now he couldn't pull it out because it was stuck.
You moron!
Exactly.
So then we kind of all went into sort of a panic mode, and then Steve decided to get pliers and try to pull it out, and you could hear flesh almost ripping.
Yeah, it was like a crunching.
God, get the sound for Bob. He'll puke.
It was a crunching noise.
We could find it. It was a crunching noise.
Of fat cells, going...
And it's in your head, and it hit your skull.
Yeah.
Did you feel it hit your skull?
Yeah, it felt a little different than any other time I'd ever done it.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done this before?
Yeah, and here's the deal. There was a lot of confusion yesterday. A lot of people were really pissed at us. Washington was pissed. Tom was pissed down the hall. And they thought we just picked some random intern and had him do this. This guy, the backyard wrestler. He was a backyard wrestler.
Got hit with Louisville sluggers wrapped in barbed wire.
Yeah.
Yes, a little more than that.
The guy knows what he's doing.
What was your name?
Pat Effin Duffy.
The crazy Amish?
No.
Yeah.
What was your name?
I had two different characters. One was Big Larry. He was a Mormon construction worker just laid off, bent on revenge. And the other one...
Bent on revenge from
Bent
what?
on revenge.
Slow down. Yeah, what did he want?
Wait, that's going to be your new catchprise, by the way. I love it. Pat Effin Duffy, bent on
revenge.
That's pretty realistic.
And a staple bent in his head.
Yes.
Yeah. And your dad called while you were at the hospital yesterday. He was not happy.
Yeah, he's mad at me anyway.
He seemed like he was mad at us, too, by the way. But Pat is fine. He went to the emergency room. He got one of those tetanus shots and some Motrin. And even the big, huge lump is gone.
But I can still see a couple of holes in your head.
Yeah, he's got the hole still.
So if you look to this side.
Looks like a little snake bite.
Yeah.
And what about your cheek?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
So what was your
Did that go straight through to the inside of your mouth?
Yeah, but it didn't go all the way through. I heard the replay. It said it pierced my cheek. It didn't. I checked when I was listening.
Oh, was it like...
It was close. It had to be close.
It had to be close.
Those staples were pretty long.
Pretty long, yeah.
This is why this guy's scary. Because he's not even that big. Like, you wouldn't think twice about messing with this kid. He looks like just a regular pothead at a college. Like, what's up, man? This kid, this is the kid that you'd actually punch, and he'd turn and go, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And he'd just
I gotta kill you.
Oh, God. What was your other character name?
I can't say it on this side, but it was Skull F, and he was the reincarnated... he was a reincarnated zombie corpse of Adolf Hitler.
Oh, that character sounds intriguing.
To you?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. It just sounds interesting.
My theme song was the Imperial March, and I came out goose stepping.
Yeah.
And
what, in
did
somebody's
people
backyard?
cheer?
Literally, yes. We had a shed that we came out, and we had entrance music. And it was awesome.
God.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You have videos of this, don't
we
you?
do. And it culminated with me getting 20 shots and 9 staples in my arm.
See? We knew what we were doing yesterday.
We need this.
Pat, because of you, Pat Effin Duffy, I went home happy. I don't care what, Tom all mad. He's got a job to do. He's the hall monitor. I get it. They're pissed in Washington. I was I was so happy all afternoon yesterday. I'm like, that's good radio. Yeah, and Johnny from Vegas says it all. He says a good rule is that the more pissed the executives are, the happier the listeners
Right,
are.
exactly. Hey, did you have a mustache? Did you grow in a Hitler mustache?
No, I used to draw it. Well, I had a skull mask that I drew a mustache on.
A Hitler mustache on it?
On the skull mask?
Yeah.
And you come out as a zombie reincarnated Hitler.
And I used to just stumble around and then, like...
and throw out, like, Hitler, Heil Hitler salutes.
Yeah, and I used to just yell, like gibberish German. I'd be like, Verfügen! Snagen!
You're asking...
Like video games?
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty?
Yeah, fake German in those dumb games. Yeah. They're not saying anything.
Oh, my God. You are an
Could you
ass.
imagine being the neighbors, you're having a barbecue, your brand new outdoor pool. Hey, kids, you
Yeah,
want a
brand new
hot dog?
deck.
And then just to see him.
What did you wear
Jumping
as
from
far
a
as
roof with
clothes?
a skull mask on?
I had an old green suit jacket, and I wore my skull mask, and one of my buddies actually had actual Nazi memorabilia, so I had an actual Nazi armband with blood on it.
Yeah, the swastika
I had
armband.
the swastika armband, and I used to have a sword that I'd carry around, and that was really it.
Actually, blood is going through his body. Anthony's filling up right now.
I'm just imagining what you were saying. The neighbors, what would they think seeing this happening in
We were
the
a pretty rural area, so.
Better have been rural. Where, Austria? Where?
Out in the middle of the woods.
Where was mom and dad as you're jumping off roofs?
Letting me do it.
Were they making crosses?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to bring the videos in now. The listeners need to see some.
Why,
of
you
your
have
backyard
videos of this?
Yeah, they all.
We would have monthly events every month.
Where have you been?
Have you,
Dude, anyone that has done backyard wrestling has video. It's not even a question.
So your video is a key part of this.
How important was the Hitler mask and the mustache?
It was essential to the character.
Now, goose stepping. This isn't popular. Why would you do this?
What type of stapler you use? A swing line?
See, so Pat Duffy laughed at that trick yesterday.
I know.
Everyone else panicked, and even Pat Duffy's like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I've done this before. Relax, everybody. I don't want to ruin anyone's day.
Yeah, I didn't mean to piss everybody off. Everybody got really mad at me.
Oh, dude.
No one got mad at you.
Phone calls, one boss talking to another boss. It was just all-encompassing yesterday. Agents getting involved. It's like, well, everyone just relax. It's Pat effing Duffy.
Just wait. I got a few words when we go to the dark side today.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I do.
Oh?
I got a couple of words.
Is it the F word?
Can you stop, Anthony, can you stop doing that?
What?
You keep grabbing the little loops on the back of your shoes and pulling your back of your feet up to your ass like a dirty stripper.
Like a marionette.
You just look like the stripper when she's like doing that little move and then she grabs the bottom of her high heels and
no one would look at me ever, no matter what I was doing. If I was stripping on that pole, no one would look at me and say I look like a stripper.
Well,
I'm just lifting my shoes up.
Lifting your feet.
It's fun. You put your fingers in your little loops at the back of your shoes that are used to pull them on, and you pull them up and down. Well, I'm sitting here. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, we got to do a little perm news before we get out of here. Pat Duffy, please plug your mom's flower shop.
Krause's Flowers in Clinton, New Jersey.
Krause!
Exactly. KRAUSESflowers.com. Buy some flowers, support my family.
He got a hospital bill yesterday, so go buy a bouquet of something.
Duff, you'll be getting that pretty soon.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Or Tom's going to run in and shake you down for some cash.
Yeah, really. I'm sure half the sales staff is on the phone with the flower shop right now. Would you like to buy some time on the
Somebody
Opie
actually
show?
called a Staples
A stapler company yesterday.
Yeah.
They're
I swear to God.
geniuses back there.
They are.
They're
smart.
geniuses.